Hello, Nigerians. Hello, Africans. Hello, the rest of the world. Once again, this is your boy, the peace lover, aka the realist. My name is Dr. 96. This is my mega joy and wonderful opportunity to be on here once again to address the issues currently going on in my country, my dear country, Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian to the core. I'm a Nigerian par excellence. Nigeria is my country. Nigeria is my motherland. I love Nigeria with passion. I will forever be a Nigerian. I want to use this wonderful opportunity to advise the wife of Nigerian president in person of Aisha Buhari. Aisha Buhari, you are the mother of the nation. You are the mother of Nigeria as the wife of Mr. President. As I was saying, Aisha Buhari, you are expected to be the mother of nation. You are assumed to be the closest person to Mr. President, being his better half, his wife. So you have a major and prominent role to play in what is currently going on in Nigeria as of now. I remember clearly and vividly before the election, before the election that got your husband back to office for the second term, you came out publicly. You were sensitizing Nigerians that the government of your husband has been hijacked by two men. Though you never disclosed these two men involved, but you encourage Nigerians to take their country back. Most especially, you challenge the Nigerian men to rise up and take their country back and rescue Nigeria from destruction. So this act alone made a lot of people, most especially women, to have a soft spot and sympathy to overwhelmingly voted your husband for his second time in office. Then people recognizes you as the mother of nation, as a true mother of Nigeria. But since your husband has been re-elected back into office, you have decided to choose a silent path. Despite the autocratic approach which your husband has been employing to rule Nigeria, your husband has been ruling Nigeria in an undemocratic way since he has been re-elected, and you have said nothing about this. You have failed to address your husband being showing allegiance and being let Nigerian say himself leaning against his ethnic group alone. You have said nothing of your husband's tyrannical approach of leadership. You have said nothing about your husband's strategy of clamping down on oppositions. This is really bad on your part as the mother of the nation. Nigeria has formed a very good and positive opinion about you before, but now we are concerned that your action then was just like a fraudster or a scammer who deceive people, who through act of deception gets what he wants from the masses and retrieve. You have been saying nothing about what is going on, most especially the recent unjust arrest of Omoyele Sowore, one of the opposition candidates during the 2019 February presidential election, one of the aspirants. Nigeria is not an autocratic democracy. We are operating a full-fledged democracy. Nigeria is a fully democratic country. So, and the beauty of democracy in everywhere in the world is the freedom of speech and that of association. As long as this freedom is not being exercised in a way that will cause harm or injury or at the detriment of other citizens, as long as the civic approach is being adopted in carrying out this freedom of exercise, I think all Nigerians have unreserved right to show their dissatisfaction and displeasure and anger for whatever they perceive as incompetence or injustice in the part of the government. Any protest that's devoid of violence means should be recognized, should be allowed. A real democratic leader should be open to the masses, most especially to the opposition, because in criticism, that is where a true and genuine democratic leader learn of his or her shortcomings and find a way to ameliorate and improve on them. But it's only an autocratic dictator that will see opposition as an embarrassment or as an intimidation. Opposition is never a way of intimidation. Opposition is never a way of bringing the government down. Protest is a way of expressing collective interest, collective thoughts, and yearning of the masses to the government of the day. So Sowore, as a citizen of Nigeria, has an unreserved right. He has operated within his civic rights as a Nigerian citizen to express his concern about the government of the day positively. What he was agitating for was a social revolution. It is a kind of revolution without bearing arm. It's like a verbal revolution. I think he has the right to do this. No one should unjustly deny him or arrest him. So since Sowore has been arrested over a week now, we've never heard from you as a mother. What I want you to know is that power is ephemeral in nature. Power never lasts long. Power has a very short lifespan. If you could see clearly, Nigeria has had many presidents in the past, and today the history is only remembering them for the good or the bad they have done. So the same thing will apply to your husband's case tomorrow. Buhari, at the end of his recent fourth term, will only be remembered for the good he has done to the nation. or the intimidation or the problem he has caused. So for the sake of posterity, so I will advise you to encourage your husband to do the right thing, to stop intimidating, to stop oppressing, to stop employing dictatorship approach to govern Nigerians. Because every human, everything in life, rather, has a tolerance limit. Please talk to your husband so that he will not make Nigerians exceed their tolerance limits. They said the best way you can make people to revolt is to keep them aground. When you keep people aground, when you subjugate people, the only thing you are looking for is revolt. For Showore to have used the word revolution, he has done no harm. Revolution is the right word for improvement. It is the millennial most commonly used word for a better change. There is what is known as industrial revolution, there is what is known as economic revolution, there is what is known as economic revolution, there is what is called power revolution, there is what is called agricultural revolution, there is what is called energy revolution, there is what is called computer revolution. So revolution is a positive word, not like as it not as it's used to project an act of war in the past. Revolution is no longer a war-related word. Rather, it is a word commonly associated with positive, better, and improved changes. If people expect improvement, they said you have to revolutionize the way you are doing things. It's just like a way of doing things in a different way in order to yield a better expectation and result. So for a man to have agitated for a peaceful revolution, revolution without arm, social revolution to be precise, it's just an avenue for people, for the masses, to gather and express their dissatisfaction on the failure of the government. So advise Buhari. Buhari should take a cue from the life of Abacha, from the life of Babangida, the late military junta, Abacha. Today, the family are directly or indirectly reaping from what he sowed. Today, at the mention of Abacha in Nigeria, the only thing that comes to people's mind is oppressor, an oppressor, a dictator, an enemy of the nation. Though Abacha's family, they may be enjoying the loot of their late fathers, but today nobody respects them for anything. Nobody wants to associate with the name of Abacha. Nobody even think of naming any of his child after Abacha. So that is nemesis. That is result. That is the consequence of his action. The same thing Babangida, he was dribbling Nigeria. But today, we can all see what is happening to him. That is the wages of sin. Today, a lot of Nigerians of this generation who were not even alive when late Murtala Muhammad was assassinated. Today, everybody is still willing to name their sons after him. Muhammad Murtala is a common name. It's an household name among the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. There are Hausas bearing Muhammad. There are Yorubas bearing Muhammad, bearing Muritala. There are other ethnic groups bearing Muritala just for the fact of the good he did within the shortest period of time, 6 months, he ruled Nigeria. Because of his positive impact today, people are still remembering him, people are still honoring him. When they mention his name, people pray for him, people pray for his family till tomorrow. So Aisha, for the fact that Buhari is an octogenarian already, he will leave power one day, and one day he will not be active, because a man's lifespan in this life is not forever. But what will people remember you for? What will people, how will the people reciprocate? How will the people deal with you and your children and your generation yet to be born? Don't be blind by power. Don't be overwhelmed and be consumed with the excess of power. Power is nothing when the people being governed are uncomfortable. Power is nothing when the masses could not afford basic healthcare service. Power is nothing when people are hungry. Power is nothing when people are dying every day. Power is nothing when people could not access quality education. Power is nothing when the whole infrastructures of a country is collapsing. So, Aisha, advise your husband, advise Mr. President, let people see you as a true mother of Nigeria. Let people remember your husband for good stuffs. Let people be able to synchronize and see a good correlation between Buhari's speech during his first inaugural ceremony. He said publicly that he belongs to everybody and he belongs to nobody. For this mere statement, a lot of people have respect for him, that this is a president of the entire nation. But today, people are having a contrary opinion because of the way and approach and manner which Buhari has been acting. So, for your sake, for your children's sake, for the sake of tomorrow's opportunity, please speak out now. Advise your husband, advise Buhari, because a man's wife is a major stakeholder in his life, and tomorrow you will be the major beneficiary of both positive and negative action of your husbands today. Those who are deceiving him, those who are misleading him, their family will not be a partaker. Their family will not be treated for the ill that Buhari has done tomorrow. So you have to think wisely as an educated minded person, as a true mother, and as a true mother of the entire nation. So this is just my opinion, this is just my advice to you. Don't choose to be silenced this time around. Silence will never help. They said bad people are getting away with their evil just because the good people refuse to do anything. So advise your husband. You know how to get him. You have been with him for many years during the thicks and thin. So you should know the best code or the best password to access him. Tell him that Nigerians are not happy with the way an autocratic manner and approach with an undemocratic means he has chosen to be ruling Nigeria. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Please, any Nigerian, if you come across this video by chance, please like and share so that it gets to the right quarter and the right thing is done, so that the peace and progress and promotion and peaceful coexistence of Nigeria will be guaranteed. Thank you. God bless you. Once again, my name is Dr. 96, aka The Realist. Be real to yourself. Be real to yourself. Be real to yourself. Don't fake it. Fake life does not bring any good results. It is only when you are real and sincere and being honest to yourself and do you and be yourself, that is when you can enjoy life to the maximum. That is when you can have everlasting peace and happiness. Thank you. God bless you. I see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Peace.